I'd love for you to introduce yourself and talk to me about what's going on out here and around Granttown, West Virginia.
Yeah, my name is Holly Bradley. I'm a mother and a farmer in Pocahontas County, West Virginia, which is about 2.5 hours south of here. And yeah, I am joining folks to try to shed light on the corruption and the connection between Senator Manchin and this coal plant.
And what is that connection? Can you talk about what's going on here?
Sure, yeah. So mostly I want to raise awareness around the fact that Senator Manchin was able to raise the electricity rates on West Virginia consumers to keep a coal plant open to line his own pockets.
And so what is his sort of stake in or connection to this specific area, to Granttown?
Well, Senator Manchin is from Farmington, West Virginia, so just outside of Fairmont, which Granttown is also just outside of Fairmont. So the Manchins are kind of reign supreme in this area.
And then I guess if you could talk about what's going on tomorrow, the coalition that's formed and what the plan is.
Sure, yeah. So this coalition of people are mostly just concerned West Virginians, were the folks that started planning, initiated by Rising Tide and those folks. And they got us all together and we started talking about how we were going to show up in Granttown and make a stink for Senator Manchin. And so tomorrow we will be heading out to the Granttown power plant and we will blockade it for as long as we can.
Can you talk about the value of being in sort of physical space, taking on a kind of confrontational activism like that, as opposed to, writing to your senator? You could just call Joe Manchin.
Right. Well,
why
well,
are you going out there?
we have called Joe Manchin. We have called Senator Manchin a lot. We have wrote him a lot. We have tried a lot of tactics in West Virginia to get him to hear us, and he isn't. And if Senator Manchin wants to say he's for the coal miners, he's not even listening to them. The United Mine Workers of America released a statement asking Senator Manchin to pass the Build Back Better Act. It has great things in it for coal miners, for coal communities, and he has blocked this really important legislation. I think it's symbolic and really great that now we're going to block what makes Senator Manchin money.
Fair enough. You mentioned Rising Tide. I was wondering if there's any intersection you could point to with like the Line 3 pipeline fight and so forth. Do you see these different energy issues, oil, coal, as sort of being intertwined with each other?
Oh, they're absolutely all intertwined with each other, but I can't speak personally to Stop Line 3. I wasn't involved in anything like that. But absolutely, I mean, there's a reason that Senator Manchin is saying that the Mountain Valley Pipeline is 95% finished when it's not, because his friends are oil people too. It's not just coal. So we've got to take them all down. We can't pick one or the other.
And so in the end, if you had your way, what would you wish for Senator Manchin to do?
I would wish for Senator Manchin to pass bold climate legislation that made the future, like my son's future in this state, abundant reality, like they were going to not have to deal with the devastating consequences of climate change because we've ignored them.
So, God, what was it? How many years ago was the teacher strike in West Virginia?
Couple.
It feels like 15 years at this point because the years don't have meaning.
Right.
But I think West Virginia gets a rap from coastal elites like us, I guess. Basically either you deserve a Joe Manchin or this is what you really want.
Right. That's
speak to
tough.
that?
Yeah, sure. In West Virginia has never really been led by the people of West Virginia. West Virginia has always been taken from, extracted from. So the money, we're like the most resource-rich state, and we have no money. So there's a reason those people are in power in West Virginia state government and also federal government.
What would a West Virginia look like without a Joe Manchin, or like with actual like people leadership?
Right. Well, so that's a really great thing to try to think about. I think it would be hyper community oriented. The people of West Virginia, they, like you said, sometimes they do get a bad rap. And some of the things that people say about West Virginians is that maybe we're backward or we're not friendly. And that is absolutely not the case. People in West Virginia are extremely accepting, and we have not been well represented, and the people of West Virginia are fiercely independent. They're resilient. They grow their own food. They hunt deer. They fill up their freezer with deer meat so they don't have to buy meat at the grocery store. I think if it was led by real West Virginians, then we would see real change being made. West Virginians are extremely adaptable, and Joe Manchin is being very not adaptable.
Now, are you planning to get arrested tomorrow potentially?
I am not planning to get arrested.
Okay.
I don't
Whether or
think.
not you're one of the. Okay. I just know some
I'm
people.
like, I don't
yeah.
think so.
Okay. What is the makeup? Because there's a room over there filled with a whole wide range of people. What is the makeup of the people that are have come from all over to protest?
Well, I think there's a wide variety of people. I think there's a lot of folks that are super involved in climate activism and advocacy, and I think there's people who, especially like the folks that sign up to come in West Virginia, who are just tired of all eyes being on West Virginia only because of Senator Manchin. So there's a wide variety of folks here. I only just got here, so I haven't got to dabble as much as I.
And if you had an opportunity to talk to Senator Manchin, is there a message that you'd have to him?
I would ask Senator Manchin to listen to the people, to stop ignoring the people of West Virginia, that he could literally give a laundry list of all the things he wanted for West Virginians right now to folks in D.C., and they would give him anything he wanted. He has that much power right now. He should take advantage of it and make the people of West Virginia's lives better.